Hi guys, welcome to this new episode of An Open Journal with Kinisha, where I am sharing a lot of things that I have observed and a lot of things that I have documented about my own life in the last 1 year, where I obviously had a very bad health scare and yeah, it was a rough time. So, one thing I've realized is that a lot of the things that we believe are self fulfilling prophecies. By that I mean that how do you know if you're lucky? How do you know if you're not lucky? It's basically what you've told your brain. After two, three bad experiences, you decide, oh, I'm not lucky in this thing. Let's say you decide after a couple of failed relationships, oh my god, I'm not lucky in love. Then what will happen is you will start your brain will start literally cherry picking that, you know. आपने वो experiment तो सुना ही होगा ना, that कि अगर आपको बोला जाए कि uh, you know there are red cars on the street, and suppose you want to buy a red car, you know, suddenly all over you'll start seeing that particular red car and of that model and that brand. That's because your brain is working on a confirmation bias. You know, the reality we feel is not visual. जो हम देखते हैं वो सिर्फ एक it's just perception. It's not reality, because what finally reaches our visual, what finally makes it to our visual experiences filtered. बहुत सारे filters होते हैं जिसके बाद you know आप का reality, आपकी reality register होती है आपके पास, you know, and mostly वो filters वो होते हैं जो आप already पहले से एक confirmation bias में decide करके बैठे हो. Let's say you feel like I don't get along with Geminis. Now you will, every Gemini that you'll meet, the first mistake that they'll make, you'll be like, oh, I know this Gemini person cannot be trusted, right? So your brain works on confirmation bias, and you have to be very careful about the biases that you're developing, you know, because they can cost you heavy. And yeah, like there's so many books on this, you know. You can read or you can watch a lot of videos on YouTube about confirmation bias, how that works, especially the fact that everything that we see is, even the colors that we see, you know, everybody sees colors differently. हर एक को एक color different दिखता है, because the eyes are not like your visual sensors, you know. They just receive light, but your visual sensor is activated in your brain through a lot of filters. So that's the reason why people see colors differently, and this is a scientific fact. आप जाके इसके ऊपर बहुत सारा रिसर्च पढ़ सकते हो कि हर एक को हर कलर डिफरेंट दिखता है, you know. There are so many of those puzzles या you know diagrams जो दिखाते हैं, उसमें किसी को like suppose एक circle है और उसके बीच में एक gap है, तो किसी का ध्यान सिर्फ उस गैप पे जाएगा, किसी का ध्यान उस पूरे 2/3 सर्कल पे जाएगा. दैट्स ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ योर कॉन्फर्मेशन बायसेस, you know. If your confirmation bias is of abundance, if your confirmation bias is of lack, your brain completely works on confirmation bias, and ये fact है. I have experiences in my life, and what happens is, if you have a confirmation bias, all your life choices also you start making accordingly, which is where it gets very dangerous, you know. Which is where it gets very dangerous, you know. So suppose let's say you admire a rock star, you know, an American rock star who is literally like a genius, but basically just kind of let's say I love Kurt Cobain, right? I do. There was a time when I kind of started literally thinking that everything he does is so cool, and you know, literally you start trying to emulate your idols. तो वो भी एक confirmation bias है ना, because आपको लग रहा है ये जो कर रहे हैं ये cool है, और जो सुबह उठ के योगा कर रहे हैं और जो you know एकदम सात्विक खाना खा रहे हैं और एकदम टाइम पे सो जा रहे हैं, तो क्या बोरिंग है यार. कलर नहीं है पर्सनालिटी में, यू नो. दिस पर्सनालिटी डजंट हैव कलर. You feel that, right? So what I want to tell you is this, that make sure that you have the right kind of confirmation biases, because they can really cost you, you know. And your brain literally works on everything that you've told it. So tell your brains better things about yourself. And the easiest way to do that is you start journaling, you start writing the small good things that are happening to you in a day. Let's say you're in a state of really, like you're on a down, you know, you're on a downer. Just start writing even the smallest things that are good in that day. Because what you measure, it grows, you know. Whatever you can measure, then that becomes real. So that's why journaling is so important, so that you keep track of all the good things that are happening to you. Because what will happen is, if you feel, especially when you're feeling down, you will automatically only focus on the bad things that are happening on that day. Oh my god, I just woke up and I just have like this pain in my back, and oh my god, why does everything have to be so difficult for me? And oh my god, my laptop is not starting, you know, everything. So the only way to reverse that is you actually start documenting, writing journals, and then reading them back, you know, every day to yourself, so that you start building evidence that नहीं यार, अच्छी चीज़ें भी तो हो रही हैं, good things are also happening. That's how you shift your confirmation bias from the negative to the neutral to the positive. And these are things that I'm doing myself right now. And if you've seen my video last month, I am a lot better now. I think I have lost quite a lot of weight since then. And I'm definitely looking a lot more presentable also. And all these exercises are what are helping me. And what I'm doing is what I'm trying to do with myself is what I'm trying to help you also do. So yeah, practice this. Tell your brain to look for the good, to look for the positive things that are happening to you in a day. And it will not happen overnight. Don't expect magic. But gradually, over a couple of months, if you do it every day, you will start seeing a change. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and stay tuned for more brain nuggets and more of my um, open journal practices that I truly hope are going to help you. Take care, guys.